Welcome into Studio 10 on this Thursday, December 26th. I'm Joe Emer.
And I'm Jennifer Lambers. Chelsea has the morning off.
All right, so Gladiator 2 is what we're going to be talking about here. I saw it on stream, but I was like, hey, Katie, Gladiator 2 is out. And she was like, yeah, that's one you can watch by yourself. I'm like, really?
Really?
Have you seen the original Gladiator?
So I've seen it, and it's been a long time. And so Cole and I were going to go see it one night. It was like a Tuesday. We're like, let's go see a movie. But we Googled it, and it said that you should kind of have a general idea of what happened in the first one. And I completely forgot. So I was like, okay, let's rewatch it, and then we'll go see it. And now time has passed, and the holidays came, and they've gone. So I'm hoping that we can do it possibly this weekend so that we can go see next week.
Right. It's definitely a movie to see on the big screen if you can. Regardless, though, it's now available to watchers, which isn't that expensive, like you said, if you have a lot of watchers, but it's still $20.
Yeah.
And then if you wait just a little longer after that, then it finally would go to HBO Max or Netflix or whatever. So right now it's kind of in limbo in between for us.
Right. I don't think I can do the $20 rent streaming option yet, but movie theater I'm down for, especially give me a Sunday morning matinee or a Tuesday discount day. I'm there for it.
Good stuff. Here's something to watch on the small screen.
Yes, Cobra Kai is now coming to a fun to see all of these characters come back, especially I know the generations young and old enjoyed that, to see them come from them as children. And now I'd love to see if there's another series that's been able to have as many original characters come back, reprise those roles, and make it all work. And so that was a fun, exciting thing with it. But it just kept going
It just kept going. If you still watch it, great. Call me up. Let me know how it finishes up.
I might try it again once it actually ends.
Okay. TV's animated anti-heroes gear up for more missions. I'm watching animation.
I was gonna say, if I do the animated and it's for adults, I think we like Archer and we like Rick and Morty, and that's the two that we'll do.
Yeah, Archer was good. I watched some of that. I never completely finished that one, so maybe I'll go back to that.
See, there you go. Well, research by Airbnb is revealing 4 trends taking off as we head into the new year.
Out west and just like be in nature and all that sort of stuff. So I think that kind of hits on that last one.
I would say I did the experiential.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. I did that. We went to the Chiefs game in Germany last year, and so it kind of just started this whole trip. We were only in Germany for 3 days, but we went for the game. It was cheaper to go there than it was to fly to Kansas City and go to Arrowhead.
That's crazy.
I know, and we were 10 rows back from the end zone. But I think I'm starting to transition more into the very beginning one that we talked about. That's more of just a calm, laid-back one.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be Mardi Gras break. We're just going to get a condo, go to the beach, not have anything planned.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
That'll be great. I think a lot of it depends on what stage of life you're at, too. You know, when you're on the go constantly, if you can get one of those more relaxing vacations, that's good. But then sometimes you do want to go and see stuff and do something and whatever. So whatever works for you.
Different phases.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about your forecast right now. And what we have right now is going to be gray, gloomy, overcast skies down at our local beaches. It's really not the prettiest look out there, just because we have some of that rough surf, that cloud cover that's still going to be sticking around heading into the remainder of this afternoon. But here's a look just at those temperatures. So we are resting in the upper 50s at this time, and those winds a little breezy out of the east-northeast, right around 10 miles per hour. Those dew points resting in the upper 50s, so it feels like temperatures right on the dot. So still noticing some of that higher humidity out there. Now the rip current rests down at our local beaches. It is going to be staying high for today, tomorrow, and Saturday. That surf height is closer towards 3 to 4 feet. Water temperature lower 70s out there, and forecast highs heading into this afternoon. This really is right around where we should be this time of year. We're going to be in the lower to mid 60s out there, but still seeing some of those gloomy overcast skies, looking like it could rain at any point. But a reminder, here's a look at that almanac for today, right around where we should be. It's just those morning lows. It's not feeling chilly out there. Now, as you do progress throughout the rest of the end of the week and towards the weekend, those rain chances are only going to continue to tick up. Pretty isolated heading into today. I mainly have that generous 20% later on for this afternoon and this evening. But coming up in just a little bit, I'm going to talk more about your forecast, what I'm tracking with the rain chances Friday and especially Saturday, where we could see some of those stronger storms. I'll have more details on that coming up in just a little bit. Well, thank you, Joe. Excited to check out the other dishes. Well, coming up, the Blake Lee Foundation is a new nonprofit that stresses the importance of mental health and how you can get involved. That's coming up after the break. And also, there's still time to help those in need this holiday season with 10 caring gifts. How you can contribute, that's coming up straight ahead when we come back. Well, Fox 10 News is still working on spreading holiday cheer as we partner with Hanson Supertex and Volunteers of America Southeast to help collect personal care kits. Now, our Stephen Moody has more on how you can help those in need.
All right, great stuff there. Thank you, Stephen. Coming up, we're talking with Baldwin County Sheriff Anthony Lowry about New Year's Eve celebration safety.
And also, I'm going to be talking more about your forecast. Before we get to New Year's Eve, we do have some strong storms that we could see across the southeast. I'll be talking more about that and looking ahead to New Year's. Plus, also, here's a look at those temperatures out there right now. A little mild, a little muggy and overcast. All those forecast details coming up when we come back. Well, we are back in the kitchen right now with Raisa's. We have Chef Raiza and also Chef Shane with us for this morning. You guys have been hard at work preparing some of these dishes. And so what are we going to be working on now?
So what we have right now is we brought this tuna that we've been featuring this tuna as our appetizer special that we're planning on, we put on our new menu for the next year. And also, this tuna is fresh yellowfin tuna is been dry aged for 5 days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we brought it here and we cover with the rice crispy puff, like Japanese rice crispy puff. So we're gonna cover this one and we're gonna pretty much like sear tuna, tataki. Yeah. So what we do is just like, we just throw in a pan fried hot oil. So you kind of get the nice sear and brown color of this rice crispy puff, and we're gonna serve this with the balsamic teriyaki. So it's pretty much just like kind of twist of like just Italian, that the balsamic that with the sweetness and vinegar from the balsamic, and also that comes with the sesame dressing with the infused with the truffle oil.
Yeah. So perfect. So that sounds delicious. All of those flavors just working together. And so Chef Shane, what are you working on over here?
All right, so in front of me, I have a king salmon belly, and I also have a Japanese A5 Wagyu. So I'm going to make nigiri out of both of them, and I'm going to sear both of them.
And for anyone unfamiliar, what exactly is nigiri?
Nigiri is just going to be your classic sushi. It's just going to be fish over rice with a little bit of wasabi in between.
I was going to say, I always see it at restaurants. I haven't quite ordered it before yet. I've always wanted to, but I'm excited to check it out for today. And so again, you have the king salmon and the Wagyu.
Correct.
And so just tell me a little bit about the Wagyu that you guys offer too.
Oh yeah, so the A5 Wagyu comes from Japan. A5 is the highest grade that you could get as far as the fat content within the cow itself. And each little cow gets its own little certificate when it comes in.
Beautiful. And so really just something special to have here, especially to have here on the Gulf Coast, something that they can offer in Baldwin County. Again, where are you guys located for anyone unfamiliar?
Yes, Raiza is located off Highway 90 and just right behind Lowe's or Sam's Club right on the Highway 90. It's like in Daphne. Yeah. So when you get off the exit Spanish 4, that whoever comes with the from Highway 10, it's easy that just to reach behind that, just right on all the car dealership.
Exactly. So it's a great location for those folks that are on the Eastern Shore, especially even if you have to travel from Mobile County. It's going to be right off the interstate. And so what does the rice process look like for this?
So after we cook the rice, we actually mix it with a little bit of sushi vinegar. So the process is called cutting the rice. So we're trying to get each grain of rice coated with the vinegar.
And do you use a special kind of rice for these?
Yes, so we use either a medium grain or a short grain. For this, we use short grain.
For short grain, there we go. And so in case you guys are still looking for something to do this New Year's Eve, they do take reservations, they are open, and they do have availability. So definitely something to think about in case you are looking for something to do and treat someone that you know. Gentlemen, what are we going to be working on when we come back?
So we're gonna finish off like just slicing this sear rice puff tuna with king salmon nigiri and A5 Wagyu beef, and we do have already that the salmon chimichurri we're gonna finish off. That just one of the future that we've been working on for our new appetizer for the next year.
Wonderful. So excited to see the end results for all of these dishes. Again, we'll have all of their information on our website too in case you want to book one of those reservations. We'll have more with Raisa's coming up in just a bit. Well, there is still more to come on Studio 10, but first let's go ahead and get a preview of what's coming up on Fox 10 midday. Now, today marks 20 years since a 9.1 magnitude earthquake triggered the worst tsunami in history, and the disaster left thousands dead, and for many of the survivors, the horrors of that day are still being felt decades later. We'll have a look back at that fateful day. That's coming up. And also a lot of highs and lows in Hollywood over the past year, from top-selling concert tours to record album sales and even to big breakups. We're recapping the year in entertainment. All of that, along with more of your weather updates, are coming up on Fox 10 midday. Joe. Well, we are finishing up in the kitchen here with Raisa's. They are located in Daphne. We have Chef Raiza and also Chef Shane with us. Again, gentlemen, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for having us.
And so what are we going to be finishing up this time?
So right now I'll be torching our king salmon belly and our Japanese A5 Wagyu.
Perfect. So how do you torch that?
With the torch.
There you go. Just like that, right here in the Studio 10 kitchen. And so about how long are you going to torch each one for?
Just to get like a nice little sear on each individual piece. So get the little sear line on it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Very nice. And so you're just going to plate it directly. And then so what do you have laid down on the plate right there?
So right here is going to be our bamboo leaves. And we just slice it up just to make it a little smaller, just to fit on the plate.
And does each order typically come with 2 pieces?
No, each one comes with 1 piece.
1 piece, okay. So there you go. So something to keep in mind in case you're going to be planning a date night, planning your New Year's Eve celebration, something to look ahead to. And so what are you putting on top there?
So this is going to be our chili crunch. So it's a little bit of chili crunch with almonds in it. It really tastes good with everything, ramen, chicken, anything
Pizza.
really.
Pizza. Oh,
yeah.
See, there you go. Well, that is beautiful presentation. And so, Chef Raiza, what are you going to be working on right now?
So we're going to finish off that just plating for this seared tuna rice crispy puff, Japanese crispy puff that we've been seared earlier before. And I'm just going to put this sauce is the balsamic teriyaki that, and then also that just sesame dressing that we infuse with truffle oil. So what we do, we're just going to put some balsamic on the plate. We're just going to drizzle it. Just kind of be generous with that, and this actually this sauce, the balsamic and the sesame truffle, it's really complement each other. Like it's really bring up the flavor and the depth of this seared tuna, the crunchiness from the rice crispy puff, and the saltiness, and it just give the hint of that, not too much overpower of the truffle, because we can sometimes like just take over the main ingredient, like just flavor that the truffle, but this is kind of just balancing that. And I encourage, like, as we I mean, we already been featuring this as our special,
yeah,
but also that we and we're gonna put on the menu, and we encourage just once they dig in on the seared tuna, so the bottom sauce, which is the balsamic teriyaki and the truffle and sesame, just mix it up kind of a little bit, and we're gonna finish off with the Maldon salt. Is kind of like have that just saltiness, and we already before we sear we season already, but like just the Maldon salt is just give a little bit more, like just take it to the different level. Of this, yeah.
It's beautiful, the color that you have in there. Off to the side here, I was trying both of these dishes, and just the king salmon, it's so tender along with the Wagyu too. I've never tasted anything like that before. That is fantastic. So I highly recommend it. We're almost out of time here. You guys are finishing plating up this, but also really quickly, I understand that you guys have some events coming up in the brand new year.
Yes. So in the beginning of the quarter, hopefully maybe towards the end of this first quarter, maybe beginning of second quarter, we're going to try to do omakase. So omakase, if you don't know what it is, it's just basically like a curated menu. You sit in front of me, the chef, and it's just going to be about a 20 course meal. So you start off with a couple of appetizers. We'll bring out each individual pieces of nigiri, a hand roll, in an entree to finish off the meal with.
That sounds beautiful. I love how he said just 12 to 20 dishes there.
Keep in mind that like just 10 to 12, like this is the nigiri. It's not the big, like just full, like just the main course
Yes.
of like a plate.
Individual bites.
Yeah,
There you go.
individual bite.
Right,
Yep.
yeah, bite-sized pieces, enough just to check it out. It sounds fantastic. It sounds delicious. And so if folks, they want to book that event, they want to book with you guys, how can they go about doing so?
We're gonna, of course, we're gonna go through our social media platform, and we're gonna do a ticket, like, because we have limited seating for the omakase. The most that we can fit it on our just the omakase to have that intimate, like just kind of experience with the chef. The most that we can do just 8 to 12, like per seating. So we're gonna post it through social media, and we're gonna sell the ticket, and y'all can go to the website rezasrestaurant.com. Or maybe you can call ahead on the restaurant, at the restaurant. Yeah.
There you go. And as always, we're going to have that information linked on our website as well, fox10tv.com, under the Studio 10 tab. That'll be posted later on this afternoon. But Chef Reza, Chef Shane, this is delicious, amazing. Thank you guys so much for being here today.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with more Studio 10 after the break.
Indeed. Look at Santa and Mrs. Claus.
I know,
bringing that
core
puppy.
memories right there with a little puppy dog to go along with it.
All right, hope you all made some core memories over the past few days. We have more Fox 10 for you coming up next, but we're going to leave you with a look at that. Jen, that is beautiful dish.
Beautiful, tasted delicious. Again, if you need New Year's Eve plans, there you go. Reza still has availability. We'll be right back with Fox 10 Midday after this.